Michael Jackson. And this don't make no sense. I don't even understand this.
So we got Michael Jackson sexual abuse lawsuits revived by appeals court.
What lawsuit? What is
A
he
three.
suing somebody?
Seriously.
No, I mean his estate.
I mean, I'm like, really?
We say Michael Jackson as if he's still with us.
Which this is why this don't make any sense to me. It say a 3-judge panel from California's Second District Court of Appeal found that the lawsuits of Wade Robson, you remember him, the so-called dance,
yeah,
professional. He created dance and people was losing their mind.
The guy who really liked it,
really kind of
latched on his to MJ's career
and black culture and all
and used
stuff.
his name in order to blow up.
Yeah, and James Safechuck. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
I forgot these names because I forgot this case because it's been so long. Anyway, Wade Robson and James Safechuck should not have been dismissed by a lower court.
What?
So they done got it to where they pulled this back up saying, well, they shouldn't have dismissed it. And this case was like way back, like Michael Jackson arrived at Santa Barbara County courthouse in Santa Barbara, California, in 2005.
That's just a picture.
I know, but I'm saying this is him going to the courthouse back then.
No. That's a picture of him back then because they just like trying to like remember he went to court for this.
Oh yeah.
That's all that is, trying to revive that. They don't want to let it go.
So by Associated Press, right? Los Angeles, a California appeal court on Friday revived lawsuits from 2 men who alleged Michael Jackson sexually abused them for years when they were boys.
Wow.
A 3-judge panel from California's Second District Court of Appeal found that the lawsuit of Wade Robson and James Safechuck should not have been dismissed by a lower court, and that the men can validly claim that the 2 Jackson-owned corporations that were named as defendants in the case had a responsibility to protect them. So, you not even going after him, you going after 2 corporations that he owned because he's not even here to defend himself. This is crazy. A new California law that temporarily broadened the scope of sexual abuse cases enabled the appeals court to restore them. So they came up with some new law.
Damn, they corrupt in California. Good Lord. That's like next level corruption right there. When you say here and allow this to come, like you come back and let this be. Because here's the thing, right? You go on YouTube, they got the transcripts on there that's being read. You can go look up the transcripts. I sat and watched a mock trial on Court TV of, the mock trial on Court TV. This was a while back. I don't know if it's still up there or not. But what they had up there was the actors were acting out the transcripts. So I listened to the trial. I am 1,000% sure he was freaking innocent based on the evidence in the trial. So California is aware of his innocence, and yet they still going after him in his death. Holy cannoli.
Yeah, I don't understand why you still pursuing something and the man is dead.
Like, oh my God. So you coming
especially when it's already been shown that he ain't do none of the stuff they was trying to get him on. Like, every time they tried to get him on something, it's like, that's not it. But anyway, what were you gonna say?
I mean, you coming from a point of just, seeing it from here, but I'm coming from a point of actually listening to
I know you dealt with the case.
I mean, I literally listened to the trial. Them damn kids who accused him was bad as hell. They was like little spawns, little demon seeds.
Some of them was lies. Some of them parents told them to lie.
Oh my God! The boys that accused the one that accused him that went to trial. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I remember all the details.
Didn't one of them grow up and say he was told to lie by his father? Or something
they
like
did.
That?
Well, that was the first boy. The first boy was told to lie by his father because his father wanted Michael Jackson to, fund his movie. He wanted to make a movie. He wanted him to fund it, and he didn't want to fund it. He got tired of people using him, and so he told him no. And so this dude conjured up this lie about his son, and he had his son lying for him. Now the damn boy is estranged from both of his parents right now. That's the first boy. And then the second one was a cancer boy that Chris Tucker and what's the other one name? Is it George Lopez, I think? I think Chris Tucker and George Lopez warned him and told him to stay away from this, the cancer boy, because the mama and the other kids and stuff, they were con artists and they had already tried to hustle them out of cash. But make a long story short, the damn kids were breaking into his porn collection. They was breaking into his liquor. They was taking his.
You just get it past that.
What?
Like nothing.
What?
It broke into his porn collection. You just
They did.
You just get it past that. I ain't even talking about the breaking and the fact that you.
That MJ had a collection.
Yeah, you just skated past that.
Watch the trial. The man had a collection. Okay, he had a freaking library of women magazines. Right. So
anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, they broke into his porn collection. They broke into his car. They took his cars and crashed them on the set. The mama was going shopping on him, like going to the mall and like putting it on MJ's tab. I mean, they like threatened the workers, the maids, and the people that were there. One of them damn bad little baby's kids put a knife up to one of the workers' throat. These kids was like spawns of Satan. Like if you go and like literally at least read the transcripts or watch the trial, yeah, he was innocent.
Running from cameras, the accuser in the King of Pop's 2005 molestation trial is now 19 years old. He's living under a new name in a new town and attempting to make a new life. Since shocking the world, sources say he's been quoted as saying, "Everybody thinks Michael Jackson sexually abused me. He never touched me."
Michael Jackson told me settling that case is the biggest mistake he'd ever made.
Remember that one boy?
Now listen to this. I have to tell you this. After I left the party, I get back to the Sheraton Hotel at Universal. There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me. Mom's there and she's like, "Tell them what happened." And I'm like, "What do you mean tell them what happened?" I said, "Are y'all crazy? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that sue him for money?" I looked over at my mom and I was like, "Are you serious, Mom?" I was like, "What is going on here? Why are you letting this happen?" She goes, "Oh, well, I think something happened. I think something." I'm like, "Really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving." I looked at my mom, I go, "Are you really trying to go at Michael and use me for a money grab?" And I looked at him right now, I said, "Nothing happened." Michael was flirting with girls right in front of me. I saw him looking at girls' booty. I said, I saw you looking at her booty." He was like, "Mm-hmm."
I would imagine you believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
Who you said, by the way, did not abuse you.
Who Michael was innocent, and that was what the interview was about with the police in 1993. I told them he is not that guy, and they said, "Well, maybe you just don't understand your friend." And I said, "No, I know the difference between pedophiles and somebody who's not a pedophile because I've been molested."
So to see this moron, Wade was the first person to get up there, and his defense, he was the strongest witness that they had. They put him up first. They always, I guess, their strategy was to put the strongest witness up, and then carry the case from there. He was the strongest witness. They put him up there. So now I guess
And he got ripped apart. I'm guessing because I didn't watch the trial.
No, he was strong. He didn't get ripped apart. He got up there defending Mike. And then
you
back
talking
in the
about
day,
Mike's side?
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh yeah.
When he was a little boy, he got up there and he defended Mike and was a strong witness. And when the prosecutor got up there and tried to rattle him, they could not get him to fold or anything.
And you started as a youngster dancing with Michael Jackson?
Yeah, started dancing when I was like 2, and then won a dance competition when I was 5 that Michael was holding sort of all over the world doing his tour. And it was like a dance-alike contest like him.
Right.
I won that, and then the prize
and
was
then
to
you moved
meet him.
into the ramp.
Easy, Dean. Easy. No, I did
not move into the ramp.
No.
Are you still friendly with Michael?
Yeah, we still talk every couple months, catch up.
You do, really?
Yeah.
Well, what's he like?
What's he like? He's a good guy.
Is he a good guy?
Yeah.
Show me where he touched you. You never, nothing ever,
place he touched you, bro.
nothing ever like that? No nonsense, no shenanigans? But he's a weird guy, you have to admit, right?
You know what? At the end of the day, it's like everybody's got something weird about him. Everybody's got something strange about him.
Yeah, but some people more than others.
Yeah, true. At the end of the day, all I'm here, it's like, you may not like or you may have weird thoughts about him.
At the end of the day.
Why don't you let me talk for a minute?
Them little baby's kids, though, they caught them up. left and right. He was like, yeah, this is the magazine he showed me. He showed him the one that was in evidence that was the damn date was after.
And then I was gonna say, didn't they have something that was after the fact?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
They try to
date,
use something new to try to get him on something old.
the little, I don't know if it was a Playboy or what's the other magazine the men be looking at. What's the other one was called back in the day? Not Penthouse. It's something else. Some black magazine. But anyway, point of the matter is, they showed the boy the magazine, and he was like, "Yeah, that's the one that he showed me." I guess when he was so-called grooming him, and the damn thing was dated after he filed his so-called complaint.
Right, I remember they catching him up in the lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they caught him up with so many lies. It's not even funny. Oh, and a mama. Oh God, I can just go on and on. But I'm gonna shut up. You go ahead and keep reading this debacle.
It's the second time the lawsuit brought by Robson in 2013 and Safe Chuck the following year have been brought back after dismissal. So it's been dismissed a couple times.
I wonder why.
And then it say the two men became more widely known, so they got popular for telling their stories in the 2019 HBO documentary Leaving Neverland. I remember that documentary when it came out. And then somebody did a counter video or a counter documentary that countered all the stuff that was popping up in this
several people did several videos.
They destroyed that documentary.
And they did like interviews of the people who actually built the train station. While he talking about I was molested in 19 whatever, the damn train station he claimed he was molested at wasn't even built. The guy who built it came online and did an interview and was like, I didn't build this thing. It wasn't completed until like 1998 or something. I don't remember
whatever
the
year it was.
Yeah, but it's like, are you kidding me? So yeah, why is it being dismissed? I don't know. Maybe because the lies are not adding up with what really happened.
It's a judge who dismissed the suits in 2021 found that the corporations MJJ Productions Inc. and MJJ Ventures Inc. could not be expected to function like the Boy Scouts or a church where a child in their care could expect their protection. Jackson, who died in 2009, was the sole owner and only shareholder in the companies. So that's why they came after these, because he was the only owner and shareholder. So he's not even here, and that's the only owner and shareholder. Who are you actually suing if he's not even around? They suing
his estate. They're trying to get some of that money, dirty bastard. And then you sitting here. What I don't understand, it's not their responsibility to keep you protected. It's your damn parents. Like, since when it is it's because kids in Hollywood, unfortunately, do fall victim to.
No, I think go ahead.
Like being molested and stuff. They fall victim to that.
Oh yeah, a lot.
But that's the parents' responsibility
watch over them.
To watch them. Like, I don't give a damn, what's going on. I got a little kid. You ain't going nowhere without me. We sitting there together. We to go over these contracts. You need to train my child. We sitting there together. Like, you don't get an opportunity to get to him. And so that ain't even his responsibility to so-called keep them safe. It's their responsibility or their parents.
Now, and I play devil's advocate. If I drop my child off at school, then my child is now in your care. It is the school's responsibility to make sure my child is safe. Although I'm the parent, I turn my child over to you for that period of time. And maybe that's what it seems like they trying to use as an argument. This child was in the care of this organization or group at the time, so therefore anything that happened to them on that time is your fault.
And that makes sense for school. This is school. Nobody asked Wade to come show his whack ass moves and stuff at MJ Productions and MJ Ventures. He didn't have to do that. This was his extracurricular or his goals or whatever he was trying to do. Like, nobody asked him to do that. So that is something that you pursuing outside of school. Every kid has to go to school, whether they are going to a brick and mortar school or they're being homeschooled. But that's pretty much the law of the land. So parents don't have no choice to some degree but to take their kids to school. So that's a necessity, unlike Wade and his stiff moves.
Yeah, but even with that, if you are the people who now have my child in your possession and I'm not around, it falls on the parents, and it also falls on that place that has my child.
No, because I'm taking
If I take you, hold on, let
taking
me finish. If I take you to, let's say you want to be an artist, and I drop you off at art school, or art, or a place
not school.
or art gallery or whatever, they showing you how to do art in the gallery and all that, and I'm gone. My child is in your care. You saying that your child being in the care of the art gallery or whatever where they going to do art is not responsible? If my child get kidnapped while they under your care, I'm not gonna come after you too.
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
That's what they saying.
I hear what you're saying. I guess I maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm overprotective. I kind of feel like
overprotective of what?
Of my kids. Like
I understand that, but
when they are like, can I just
go ahead?
When they are like a certain age and stuff, because I think the age he was claiming, I think he was like 10 or something like that. Or how old did he say he was?
I don't even
when he's so called. I can't keep up with the lies.
Just get to your.
But the point of the matter is, because this has happened before, where you've had the damn the ice skated dance coach that's like, messing with all these little girls for decades, and the damn priests and stuff that's messing with the little boys. You know what I mean? It's like we already in experience this way. Just because I drop my kid off doesn't mean that you ain't gonna keep your hands to yourself. So I'm kind of like, it's at the end of the day, it falls on the responsibility of the parent. Like, I should be there, and at least until the child is an age at least big enough to somewhat defend themselves or speak up for themselves, or outthink or outsmart them, outsmart the whoever's coming. I can't talk today. Outsmart the situation if they get in that situation. Not when they. I feel like that falls on the parent. I just do, because you priests, ice skating teachers, like, you just got. But these people at the end of the day, they're strangers.
But see, you just named all the places that parents actually do drop their kids off, and those people, like for example, the ice skating coach. Was he ice skating? No, Olympic coach. He was an Olympic coach.
Oh, he wasn't an ice skating coach?
Nah. Those kids was in his care, so therefore they went after him and his whatever his. So that's kind of going along with what I'm saying. They was dropped off in their care. They're in your care now. I'm not around. You're not gonna be around the whole time they training your child in the Olympics. You might be there some days. Some days you might, look, I gotta go to work. I'm gonna drop you off, and you there. So they're in that company's care. So now that company is responsible for letting whatever took place take place on their grounds or in their property or whatever.
I guess.
So that's what the argument I guess they use it. But even with this argument, he ain't around. How's the companies even around? Are the companies? It say he's the only owner and shareholder.
He got money just sitting there.
He
want a piece of it. You know what I mean? Even when he was alive.
This don't say nothing about his estate having ownership. It said he was the sole owner and shareholder.
He probably went to the estate and didn't get nowhere. And all of that is a part of his estate. The MJ production, MJ Ventures, all of that, they control everything, all things in Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
This sleazeball is just trying to get some money. I'm assuming he fell on hard times, or I don't know. All I know is California is freaking corrupt.
And probably ain't nobody going to him for his white dance moves no more. Anyway, the higher court judges disagreed, writing that a corporation that facilitates the sexual abuse of children by one of its employees is not excused from an affirmative duty to protect those children merely because it's solely owned by the perpetrator of the abuse. They added that it would be perverse to find no duty based on the corporate defendant having only one shareholder, and so we reversed the judgment entered for the corporations. So they just basing this on corporations and not necessarily on evidence.
He ain't getting no damn money because he ain't touched this moron or the other one trying to get paid. They ain't getting no money. I mean, what do he do? Like, go watch some YouTube videos to try to get his story straight? To come back in here and try to resue again? Let me get my facts straight. We need to write a timeline. Like, you got amateur people on freaking YouTube dissecting they lies, So imagine what a trained attorney is going to do or have been doing. It's going to get dismissed again. I'm not worried about it because I sat and watched the mock trial and listened to the transcript, and ain't no way. And not just me. There's a woman, I can't think of her name. I can't think of the name of the book. We'll put it in the description, Bob. There's a woman that was a reporter that was dead set against MJ. Like freaking couldn't stand him, just going along with the hate train. And then she was publishing stuff about him, putting out things out there that was just foul and wrong, just not looking into the facts or anything. She went and read the transcripts and was like, oh my God, he's freaking innocent. Came back and just changed her mind. I got to find her name. But she wrote a whole book about it. She put the whole thing in the book, like the transcripts and stuff. But I encourage people to go read the transcripts. Go read the transcripts so you can see the truth. Like this is just ridiculous. Dang, man, 40 years old. How old is he, 40?
He 49. The other dude is 45. So it's a lot more in this article to read. If people want to go read the whole thing, but I just want to show you that
so what they
going after him again through his two companies. Yet again, the thing have been dismissed twice now, and they going. I guess this is the third time they gonna try.
Damn, so this like 2023. How long they been like trying to do this?
They've been trying, and they started after he died. Just so you know, they started in 2013.
2013.
They tried again in
2019.
2017.
2017.
Then they did let's see. Then they did their documentary, I guess, to try to add fire to it in 2019. Dismissed the lawsuit 2021. So Mike died in 2009. So this was well after he was gone.
So 2013. It looked like 2015.
2015. That's when the judge was thrown out as a defendant in 2015.
Then 2017. And then 2019. So what, like every 2 years they come back with new facts?
I don't know.
New details?
I don't know. I ain't reading the rest of this. If the people want to read, I'll link it in the description. I'll read this part right here. 2 distinguished trial judges repeatedly dismissed these cases on numerous occasions over the last decade because the law required it. Steinsapper, I can't say his name. I'm probably finna butcher it. Steinsapper. You think that's how you say it?
That's how we gonna say it.
That's how we gonna go. Steinsapper said in an email to the Associated Press, "We remain fully confident that Michael is innocent on these allegations, which are contrary to all credible evidence and independent corroborations, and which were only first made years after Michael's death by men motivated solely by money."
Yep.
So, y'all go check out the whole article. I think it's crazy that they going after this man again through these 2 companies, and he's been dead since 2009. It's just ridiculous. They gonna keep trying, especially when they've already had their cases thrown out a few times, and they got the transcripts from the courts, and it clearly shows that these dudes don't have a case. But hey.
And Michael Jackson loved women. Okay, he loved them so much, he called them fish.
Oh yeah, that video is crazy.
You should put that in here. He called them fish. That mess was funny.
Michael Jackson. Let's see. Fish.
Is that one?
Yeah, this is an MJ video right here.
Okay,
Michael Jackson,
this
the
is
womanizer.
One. Yeah.
They said they ain't calling him a pedophile. They calling him a womanizer. That's a big difference.
Hear a lie long enough, people believe it. The people have lied on me. I'm a Black American, and I'm proud of it.
You need to put the words up, Chris.
And I'm
That's like real muffled.
The bleach skin.
For some reason.
It's a bad video. It's old.
Okay.
I'm not gay.
The assistant comes in like, you guys can have a seat.
He just said it right there. He said,
yeah,
people lied on me long enough. And people, he ain't this. He ain't he ain't gay. All that other stuff.
He comes in. He's tall. Standing there. 2 beautiful women walk in. He kisses one. Like, full on. It's a moment. It ain't like no peck. It's like a real situation.
Black girl, white girl.
They look Brazilian. So I'm like, wow, he's a G.
Shauna Mongatal was a 23-year-old receptionist when she first met Michael.
He is a normal man.
She's pretty.
Yeah, these everybody telling you stories of Michael Jackson behind the scenes.
Red-blooded man. He's very flirtatious. He loves women.
1988, and Michael was at the height of his fame. I had gone to New York to see him on his Bad tour. He performed a concert at Madison Square Garden. And by some stroke of luck, I ended up in his hotel room after the show at this
Oh, so you know she ain't lying. They go up picking her and Mike together.
after party that he was throwing. And Michael was there. And eventually Michael came over and introduced himself to me. He reached out his hand to shake my hand, and I shook his hand. And then when I tried to let go of his hand, he kept holding on.
Mike like, hold on. You ain't going nowhere yet. I want to holler at you for a second.
To my hand. And then he slid his hand all the way down mine. And from that moment on, I knew that there was more to Michael than met the eye. I knew he...
Oh, now Michael Jackson the Transformer?
Oh my God.
She said more to him than meets the eye.
Oh my goodness.
Like the ladies.
Yeah, he transformed, all right.
Was Michael Jackson gay? Absolutely not. You say that with conviction. He would always, like whenever we were, he would always he called it fishing.
Oh man, this dude.
I mean, all that money he had, that dude was going fishing. I knew,
That was right there.
This cat said.
Did you see that?
Yeah, look, it's in the subtitle. Her titties jumping up and down.
They gonna rewind it.
Good fish.
That was right there.
Fishing. He looked around for all the hot girls.
Get some more fish right here. Get some more fish.
This cat, his terminology.
Get some more fish. He doing it on sneak too.
No.
And he's, that turtle. That one's really hot. Oh, look, look how her hair just swirls. So you don't think that was an act?
No.
What? That he was doing for me? Yeah. No, absolutely not. Did he ever comment on young men? No.
What's the name? Said,
I don't think they.
Eddie Murphy said in his stand-up that he was what he say? He said he was faking. He said it. I don't know if you remember. We watched Delirious like crazy.
He was faking what?
He said Mike.
She said Mike didn't fake. Faking
no,
what?
he said fake. He said Mike was faking, playing the sweet and innocent guy.
Oh, being innocent.
Yeah.
You got to clarify. You can't say.
Okay. I was trying to get the thought out. I was trying to remember what he said. But
she said he wasn't faking. You come back and say he was faking. It's like, okay.
No. What I mean is Eddie Murphy and I think Delirious was like, this dude be faking being sweet. He did a whole skit on it.
That's Michael's hooks, his sensitivity. That's what women be saying, Michael's just so sensitive. And they eat that shit up. Mike know too, he be using women.
He was like, this dude is, it's all a show. Acting like, oh, I'm so sensitive. I'm so sweet. And this is how he get women.
Oh, yeah.
Fully got how much of a real man he was, coming from a different generation, a different conception, of the way to be masculine. In talking to L.A. Reid and in talking to Teddy Riley, guys who spent a lot of time with him, they both told me stories about these women in the studio.
Mike had women all up in the studio.
Okay, I mean, it's an interesting thing. I was, everyone has their perceptions of what Michael was about. But I tell you what, L.A. Reid is a guy I know very well. I know Teddy Riley very well. These are very straight guys. And they're telling me that Michael had fine-ass women in the studio hanging out with him. To be around the turn of the century.
That kind of money, he had the cream of the crop.
They can go watch this video too. I'll
That's
link
fine.
I'll link it in the description. But
Yeah, he probably had all dime pieces.
yeah, that's the latest news on Mike though. I figure you're a bigger fan than me.
I went and watched I watched the trial. Yeah. I was so shocked because I just wanted to know. I'm like, is he innocent? Is he guilty? We never knew because they didn't air the trial when it happened. All they showed was him going into the courtroom, and that was it.
Well, we didn't have YouTube and social media back then.
We had cameras back then. They did that.
They had cameras back then, but the media controlled a lot of the perception and what people got to see or didn't see. And now you can pretty much have access to the same stuff the media have access to.
Corrupt California did that mess on purpose.
I'm pretty sure. I guess you're missing my point.
I hear what you're saying. You told me we ain't got access to it.
I said we didn't. Not anymore.
I get that.
Now.
All I'm saying is corrupt California back then was gunning for him because doing a whole entire trial, they had pretty much convicted him in the media, just calling him guilty, and they was only reporting on things that made him seem like he was guilty and assumed he was going to be guilty. And when he was found innocent, they were shocked and disappointed and a little upset about that. So, and they could have easily went in the courtroom and recorded. They did that mess on purpose. I don't know who he pissed off, but clearly that wasn't,
Apparently Sony. But yeah, we out of here.
All right.